YouTube, what is up, guys? So this is a little different video than I typically do. This is a preview of the podcast I do with Ryan Chambers. It's called StrikeBack Podcast. We talk about all things nerdy, sci-fi, video games, movies, not that movies are that nerdy in general, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you a 10-minute preview, and if you like it, I'll explain at the end how you can just keep listening, but if you just want to skip right to the actual podcast, all the links are down, all the information is down below. So, Toast, you want to say anything? You are ready to go to sleep. All right, watch/listen to this.
Do your thing, dude. Say it.
Welcome back to StrikeBack, everyone.
There we go.
I am Ryan Chambers.
I am Andy.
I didn't forget this time.
Your name?
I even put it in my notes. I put introduce self.
Oh, is that a thing? I forget.
Well, you always tell me, like, who are you?
Oh, you're right. Now I remember that. I'm terrible at remembering things I say.
Yep. Real quick, I just want to shout out, we have a Twitter and Instagram. It is at StrikeBackPod.
It's right there on the screen.
And email as well.
If you're watching us.
Yep. If you're watching, thank you, by the way.
So that's how we should actually start this. We're doing another teaser, because the first one, I don't know if it was YouTube as a fluke, but every once in a while I upload a video, it doesn't seem to go places. Mm-hmm. And maybe people just didn't want to see a podcast, but it was like an abnormally low number for even a bad video.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was kind of like you never uploaded anything like that before.
Yeah, but I've even off-the-wall videos, they usually get more than that. So I just wanted to do another chance. So guys, hey, welcome to the YouTube video, and welcome to your ear video. We're going to be doing both. We're going to be talking to
your ear video.
And looking at you.
Yeah, if you're listening, I don't know, just keep listening, I guess. That's
It'll be the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
So there's a 10-minute teaser video of this online, though.
Yeah, so our email address, did I say it? I don't think I did. It is strikebackpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay, man. We have a ton to talk about.
Okay, well then let's talk about the teaser real fast, just to get things going.
Oh, sure.
And then we'll dive right into everything, all the meat of it.
Yep.
So, some confused comments. Some people loved it. Some people said it was awkward. Some people think that that we should do it every episode. But it was like all over. One thing that when I don't really put opinions into my YouTube videos, so when this is like an opinionative show, I definitely had people arguing with me here and there, calling me an idiot. Most people weren't calling me an idiot.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, welcome to the internet.
Yep.
So, but I just wanted to say, we're just discussing lighthearted. If you guys have a different opinion, that's awesome. That's the magic of human communication, is that you can differ and still be friends and talk.
And
to
it's
each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's completely okay. I did want to talk about one comment because, sure, this guy was a nice guy, but he was like, in my opinion, honestly, a few people, not a lot, but got upset about the Junkie XL thing. Because I was purely just joking that it's hilarious that a super successful dude is named Junkie XL.
I don't think we trashed the guy.
No,
I respect him. Like, he helped score
Justice League. He's doing awesome
and
things.
Man of Steel.
So what the comment I got was hilarious. It was like, in my opinion, honestly, that was racist.
It was racist?
Yeah, he said you don't have respect or you don't understand black culture and their names enough to be able to have an opinion on this. And I was like, and I looked it up, and he's white. He's Caucasian.
He's Dutch.
Yeah,
he's
a Dutch. Well, I had some Dutch
can...
people passionately talking to me, and I discussed it with them, and they're like, "Oh no, fair enough. Sorry, I just really am proud of being Dutch." And I'm like, "That's awesome. Be proud of your country.
Sure.
That's cool. That was a good communication." But that guy, I was like, "I think you don't understand this more because he's not black.
Right?
He's Caucasian, and I didn't mean anything about." Skin color and gender mean nothing.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. To the world, it's still a thing, and it's very sad. But to me, if you're a jerk no matter what you look like.
Exactly.
If you're an awesome person, you're an awesome person no matter what you look like. That's just how I view things.
And if you're
judge person by person.
If you're an established musician and you go by the name Junkie XL, that's kind of silly, isn't it?
Junkie is like a bad term.
To be a junkie.
Junkie is not. So it's just a funny thing. That's what we were going on about. Yeah. I still think it's funny. He's clearly talented. It's a bummer they got kicked off.
Yep.
Because that was probably a dream for him, but he's going to go on to do great big things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he'll be Junkie.
Junkie XL will be fine.
Junkie will be fine.
He will keep junking on.
That's what I was saying. He just stole my thing.
Sorry.
It's all right. All right, but let's get into it. So, no, just a little disclaimer. We're all happy here, and anything we talk about, we're not trying to, if we disagree, just discuss it intellectually. Use this as a time that you could sit back and look like one of the dudes drinking tea, and you have an opinion too.
Yeah.
So
that's the beauty of the internet. Is you can discuss things intellectually, but sadly, a lot of people choose not to do that.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know why.
Let's get into it. We be striking back right now. This is the Spider-Man episode.
Yes. Before we get into Spider-Man, though, I want to get this out of the way. This sucks. So we found out after the credits were.
It's the first thing I realized.
While the credits were rolling last night for Spider-Man: Homecoming, Joan Lee, the wife of Stanley,
dude, the super wife, like they were like,
69 years.
Yeah,
like you're married, I'm married. Like,
yeah, that's like your other half. That's
that
like
is
what
a part of you. That is what you strive for. And like, if you've ever seen video,
if you've seen a document, you should watch this. There's a documentary of Stan Lee on Netflix because I was about to interview Stan Lee a few years back.
Yeah,
and I was like, I was researching him, looking up, and because I have a lot of respect for him because he's changed so many lives.
Yeah,
like more than he could ever realize.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And more than we could ever realize. And I have a lot of respect for him. And it ended up falling through. I didn't interview him, which was a relief because it would be like one of the few people that I'd be scared.
Because what do you say to Stanley?
I don't know.
At this
it's like,
point,
dude, I would just thank him, man. It would have been an honor to thank him.
Yeah, that's probably all I would say.
In the documentary, you can tell like how strong. Like I mean, Stan Lee wouldn't be Stan Lee without her.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Right. Yeah. She's the balance to his life.
Yeah. Really sad. What's the documentary? Do you remember? I think I saw the same thing.
And whatever positivity we can send his way.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. What was the documentary?
It's just, if you look up Stan Lee, it's probably the main one that comes
I feel like I saw the same one.
I don't know what it's called. I'm not going to look it up.
Because you see them together.
It's super good.
They're just talking, and it's adorable.
Yeah, you watch that and you don't like Stan Lee, you're not human.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. So, like you said, thoughts, prayers, whatever.
Whatever positivity
to the
you want to
Lees.
send.
Yep. All right, so yesterday, or I guess today, technically, because it's
the launch.
a stupid thing that movies come out on Fridays, but the release date is today,
yeah, it's
July
weird.
6th,
You know when
but
it
they
actually
start
used to
playing
happen at
them
midnight?
July 5th.
It actually used to happen on midnight. Now it's like, oh, it's coming out on Friday. Let's go see the first showing on Monday.
Yeah, it's like when they push like Black Friday sales. Like, just come on, like
it's the same idea.
7 o'clock Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's
so 7 o'clock show, which is actually great because we can get home at a decent time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Dinner, watch the movie. It's a great experience.
Yep. But before we get into Homecoming, I thought it'd be fun to kind of revisit the modern day cinematic Spider-Man.
Like to go through the
go through each one.
Yeah. So, there was actually a one in the 80s.
I thought that was an older one.
I remember seeing it at Blockbuster when I was a kid. It looked awful. So
I'm sure it's terrible.
But I think there is an iteration way back when.
So we're gonna go all the way back to 2001.
All the way back? That was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. It feels like 2 years ago.
Actually, I was in high school, so it was a long time ago.
So the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man came out in 2002, but do you remember in 2001 there was a teaser? This is like back when they made teasers without any actual movie footage in them. It was like a short film.
Oh yeah, well,
it was like a bank heist scene, and the guys like they're running through like just a building, trying to get out and stuff, and then they jump into a helicopter, and the helicopter you see them do like this thing where they lunge and it stops.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
And the camera pans back, and it's New York City, and caught between the Twin Towers.
Oh, they had to. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, yeah.
The giant web. And the helicopter's caught in the
That's
in the
awesome.
web. Yeah, and that's like they didn't show any Spider-Man, and that was back in the day. Like
that's effective.
It's effective.
Everyone's always known who Spider-Man is. He's like everyone's favorite.
Oh,
superhero.
Sure, but it's also like now you would see that on YouTube. If you didn't know what that was,
it's on YouTube,
imagine?
Right?
Yeah, like if you just went into it's on YouTube. But I'm saying if that came out now, like you would go into that knowing what it was. I feel like the first time I saw that in the movie theater, I had no idea what it was.
Right. Well,
then when they pan back,
because now it's like it's on the internet and you know about it.
Then you have that moment where like, oh my god,
it's a bummer.
Yeah,
it's a bummer that it's like the waiting for a magazine to get information type stuff. Like that's gone. Everything's instant. It's never gonna not be like that.
Which, granted, like it's not better or it's not worse. It's different.
Well, I feel like the youth of today is probably like, oh, no, I want my stuff instant. That would suck to wait. But I mean, I feel like. And at least as they get older, you're going to understand that, like, some of the cooler things when you're waiting for a movie you like or a video game is the anticipation.
Oh, definitely.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
And that kind of builds on that.
Yep.
You know, like, having to wonder and wait and, like, it built on it. It made you way more hyped for movies.
Absolutely. So like I said, this was directed by Sam Raimi. He directed The Evil Dead.
Yep. That's why Bruce Campbell's always doing He's always in the movies.
Yeah, and so is the car. Like, Uncle Ben's that yellow... Cadillac, whatever. That was the car from Evil Dead.
That's cool.
That they're driving in the woods.
Like, I think I've mentioned I've never seen Evil Dead.
And that car is in every single Sam Raimi movie. Like it was in Drag Me to Hell. It was everything he's done. And it was written. This is interesting. So I was up to 1 o'clock doing these.
That's a normal time to be up, Ryan.
Not for me.
I'm up till 2 every day, every night, no matter what time I have to get up.
I can't do that.
Well, sleep.
But anyway,
sleep is a waste of time.
I was even laying in bed, so I was like halfway there.
Yeah.
Working
2
on these
pages of notes. I just walk into these things.
2 pages. Written by David Coep. He wrote Jurassic Park.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park.
Well, hang on. He also wrote Crystal Skull.
Michael Crichton?
No. David Coep.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, he
David
did the
Coep.
screenplay for it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Lucas had a big deal about Crystal Skull.
Oh, yeah. You could tell he had his hands.
So he's just a screenplay, which you can't, at least on the bad parts, you can't blame him for all of it.
Sure.
It wasn't his idea.
Right.
So-
He's done a bunch of stuff.
So, yeah, well, clearly he knows how to do
Yep.
some
And
good
this
stuff.
one, it was starring Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James
Franco,
Franco.
yeah.
James Franco and
He was good
Willem
in those.
Dafoe. Yeah.
Defoe's awesome. He's such a good bad guy. He doesn't get used enough.
No, the whole cast was great. The movie is good.
It's hard to go back and think about Kirsten Dunst because I don't dislike her. I just don't care about her.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, but looking back, that was probably her best role though. Like she's a good Mary Jane.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Tobey Maguire, nails the nerdiness of Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The last two Tom Holland is fantastic, and I even liked Sam Tabor. What's his face?
Sam Tabor.
Andrew Garfield.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, I like
we'll get to
those
that.
two, but they're a little too Hollywood looking. Well, kinda. Tom Holland isn't Hollywood,
Yeah.
but he's not nerdy.
I agree.
He doesn't look nerdy, at least.
So
which is fine.
I would say I like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker more than I liked his Spider-Man.
Right, and Andrew Garfield's, which you haven't even seen those.
I have.
Oh, you have.
Wednesday, I took it upon myself. Like,
Okay.
I am going to do
I
homework,
thought
and I'm going to sit down and watch those 2 movies.
Actual Spider-Man, like the wisecracks, I thought he did good.
Yes, but as Peter Parker, not
He's
so
too,
good.
He's too smooth. He's too. I would make out with you, guy.
Yeah, except
Right?
for his long neck.
I mean, I don't want to make out with him,
He's
but I'm
a-
just
that
saying.
you
Like, I
guys
feel
ain't-
like girls are like, ooh, same thing. Sam Tabor.
That's what I couldn't
Can't
get
take
around.
that kid anywhere without getting him
Made out
out
with?
No, he has a wife and he's a
Yeah.
loving, happy dude.
Yes.
But, you know what I'm
Anyway, let's
saying.
get back to Spider-Man 1 really quick.
Whoa, wait! I think it's time to cut this teaser.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I keep talking to the microphone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk to the.
So one of the things that was really interesting about this movie.
There you go. If you liked that, you can keep listening to this episode. I'll put it right down below. It's actually like a couple episodes ago where I'm just slow on getting this online. I think we're eventually going to do weekly previews. But if you want to just tune in, subscribe, and listen, it's on iTunes, Google Play, like just a ton of stuff, SoundCloud. So I'll put the information right down there. I think there's a general website you can go to and it'll just like get you there. But that's it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing this. You know, we're not professionals at what we do. We're just kind of dudes talking, hanging out. So if you dug it, tune in. We would appreciate it. That is it. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow with with a fun video. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's a fun video. Toast, he's even further to falling asleep now. He's even closer. That's what I meant to say. I'm gonna pet the dog. Oh. Oh. That's all I got. Beep. Boop 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 beep. Boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop beep. Mom. I love you, doggy.